Hello everyone at GM Games, welcome back. It is CoachFury here, and we're continuing our Let's Play series of the Charlotte Hornets and of LaMelo Ball's career, seeing whether we can take LaMelo Ball to a title and hopefully develop him into a player where he is one of the very best in the league. And well, we finished our season off, I would say, probably on a high note, despite some of the setbacks that we had when we got to the playoffs. We obviously won 54 games. We were the top seed in the Eastern Conference. We were playing really good basketball, a grind style offense with utilising some of our front court players that we've got. Really building our offense around the likes of Michael Porter Jr. But unfortunately, the week before the playoffs, he went down with a huge injury, which knocked him out for the entire playoff series. As you can see here, he was out with severe back pain for about 67 days or so, which meant that we had to try and get through without him. We did get to the Eastern Conference Finals, but we were eventually bumped out there, and Phoenix from the Western Conference went on to win the championship. But we're in the off season now. We've got through the draft lottery period. We are in a sort of moment of reflection, a moment of thinking before we get to the draft itself and free agency and all the fun things that happen with that. But first thing is first, we have a call from the owner, Mr. Michael Jordan. Yep, okay, how do we rate our performance? I think I am very pleased with my performance. We took them from a lottery #1 pick team to one series away from the championship final. So I was very pleased with that. So, well, you met or exceeded your goals, talked about at the beginning of the season, so I can't ask much on that. Would you like to come back for another season? Yes, thank you, I will. Absolutely, definitely come back. That is the plan. So let's advance on another day. And I'm sure we'll get another phone call in a second. Here we go. So, yep, how do we think the team is going to fare this season? I don't want to be too extreme and say we're going to be championship. A lot of that will depend on bringing back some of these restricted free agents that we've got. So I think we should be a playoff team. I think let's be conservative. I would like to say we'll make a good playoff run, but it's a lot of factors that will be at play here. So I think we should be a playoff team. Should be a playoff team. It's better than not making, but this is the shortstop to way to the top. How much of a team cost? Well, I mean, we'll right about the cap. I think we'll do that. Okay, he's happy with that. Mr. Michael Jordan is happy with our outcome there. So let's check our inbox messages. We have obviously the salary cap, which means that oh wow, the salary cap has gone up to 120 million. So we are in a very good situation in terms of this is all the contracts we have on the books. Clearly, we have some decisions around restricted free agency, as I've pointed out, and when we get to free agency, we'll obviously talk about that. But at the moment, we're well under the cap. We've got plenty of space to play with, and I think we do have our draft picks, so we'll see what we've got there. But let's move on to coach hiring. So I don't think we have any coaches we need to hire. Oh no, we do. Okay, we actually do need to hire some coaches this year. We need to bring in a first assistant coach and a third assistant coach. Okay, so let's start with the first assistant coach. How much money do I actually have to spend? That's probably a good question to ask myself. So we have 3 million remaining to bring in 2 coaches, and then obviously the rest goes into our sort of physio budget as such. So first assistant, what have we got available? So we obviously have a lot of what I would consider head coach material guys here. In terms of what we want from a assistant coach, is probably a bit of evaluating potential, maybe a bit of development. I guess strategy will be more for head coach, and then I think we just want development guys who will be able to develop our players. So we've obviously got a lot of options here. A lot of these guys are head coaches, as you can probably see. They've played, some big names here: Derek Fisher, Avery Johnson, Fred Hoiberg. All these guys are well known throughout the league. I want someone who's really good actually at player development. That might be a way we can bring someone in. Wow, it really falls off though from Anthony Canal, who's insanely good. In terms of staff, what does our actual head coach look like? So he is 46 evaluating. Wow, he is a really bad head coach. I think we just fire him. We're currently paying him 2 million. Okay, maybe we'll leave him. I think we've got, not sure, we've got 1 year left of him. We'll keep James Borrego in for now. Let's just focus on getting these assistants in. Perhaps we'll start with the third assistant coach. We'll just try and get someone cheap in. These cheaper player development. Rico Evans, yeah, you look like a nice third assistant. Oh, well, you're really expensive. I'll pay you. I will pay you 700k for 2 years. Let's make that offer. And then first assistant. Who is cheap? That is the question, really. Cheap but good is what we want. I really want a player development guy because we've got a lot of young players. I don't want to pay huge amounts for them. McDuffie, you will be the perfect guy here. I will pay you exactly what you want for 4 years. First assistant, make the offer. Right, let's advance a day. Okay, so we got McDuffie. That's nice. The first assistant coach agreed to our terms. The other guy did not. Okay, we need to find another guy. Have we got someone who's cheap? Cheap? Who's cheap? Another player development guy is cheap. That'd be good. Rico Evans. I think that's the guy we were trying to get. I'll pay you. I tell you what. I'll pay you 750 for 3 years. Let's do that. Okay, he wants a longer contract and will not work for that kind of money. Right. Okay. We will try again. I'll pay 800 for 4 years. Let's just make it happen. Let's just get it over the line. There we go, sorted. Coaches are in place. We can advance the coaching hire season now and move on. Okay. So I think that means we are moving into the draft scouting. We've got the rookie combine, which is going to run. And now we've got workouts. What pick number do we actually have? That is the main question I have here. We have pick 30 and we have the pick 60. So we are bottom of the first round. So we are not going to get any amazing star in terms of who's available. But to be fair, it doesn't look like there's a great deal available. They reckon we're going to get Cliff Wolf, a 6'11" centre. Okay. So I mean, anyone who's like an NA, we will absolutely work out because we will want to see how they look. So we're going to work these guys out because I want my coaches to actually have a rating for them. That's pretty essential. In terms of positions, what do we actually need? Do we actually need anything? I mean, we don't need, in terms of front court, we could always run it. You know, we've got restricted free agents there. It'd be nice to get maybe a supporting back, you know, point guard, sort of guard type player would be good. So we'll work out these guys, I think, around this area. Because I believe that is pretty much where we are going to be drafting in the first round. In terms of the second round, I pretty much can take a flyer on someone from what my staff are saying. We'll take a little look at these guys. Who's the guy they reckon we're going to have? Cliff Wolf. Let's make sure we get him scouted. That is the case. There we go. One. That's terrible. That just shows how poor this draft is. He's a 1-star player. We probably should try and see if we can direct deal out on draft day if this is the case of how the draft looks. This looks pretty terrible. And we'll just work out these guys. I mean, let's take a little look in terms of, have we got any other point guards we should be looking at? Got one more to use up. Let's take a look at Knight there as well. So pretty much just guesswork. I'm not too worried about who we take at 30, to be honest. We shall dive straight into the college draft. So we're not going to go as slow pace as we did last year because we don't have any top picks. We will just see who gets selected. So the CPU. Oh, who did you go first? Keith Crockram. Okay. The guard has gone first. Then Andre Hollis. Bo Vickers. Tim Howard. One nice, looks exactly like Tim Howard, the football player as well, the soccer player, for those of you who are following from the States. Another pick there. A little depot's been dealt. So we will just, I think, just skip over to our pick now. We'll let the draft kind of run through. Okay, right, let's open the war room and have a look who's available. Oh. So we have this guy available who we've not scouted. Field, that's my staff reckons he's a 3-star player. We have scouted some. This is a mixed bag of players. Did Wolf go already? Let's have a look. Let's look at the. So we don't necessarily need anything in great deal. Wow, it's a really terrible draft though. I mean, look, the amount of 1-star guys ranked. It really is a crap shot, really. Dan Day, what does he look like? Again, we haven't scouted these guys. Oof, we're going to have to take a bit of a flyer on someone, I think, if I'm honest. Don't see anyone else we necessarily would want to take at this stage. Where's that Wolf guy? Let's see if he's available. Chris Wolf, I think his name was. Cliff Wolf, that's it. So we did scout him, and he is just atrocious. Okay, he was definitely not good. I think we just take a flyer on one of these three-star guys. Ooh, it's tough. There's not really anyone who's looks that good, to be honest. We've got 6'2" point guard Marcus Fields, who put up terrible stats in college. and we have no stats on him apart from his preferences. Passing ability is decent, not great for a point guard. We can get a better player in free agency there. What did they say about this guy? Won't be a huge shot blocker. Okay. Interesting. Wow, all these guys have massive flaws though, looking at the descriptions. Oof. This is really just a gamble, really is. I think we take a guy on to Quinton Smith, to be perfectly honest with you. He looks like the best guy from the description. Has a good shot. I mean, worst case, he's going to be a decent shooter. Okay, let's take him. Let's see what the pundits say on that one. That is a complete blind gamble. Okay, they clearly have nothing. Oh, here we go. So we're taking the third here. I mean, look, borderline second round picks we're looking at most of the time here. Let's just see what they say. Okay, one of them thinks he slipped. That's positive. That's a positive thing for us. Oh wow, okay, they're really mixed on his opinion. One thought he slipped, one thought he was definitely well below. So let's get ourselves back to pick 60, and we'll just probably take a position of need, to be perfectly honest with you, at that point, because we can always cut them. Right, let's open the war room. There's still some 3-star guys available, some that we were looking at. So in terms of roster construction, I mean, we can take a flyer on the guard, I guess, at this point. See how he looks. And that will end our draft. So let's take a little look and see how the top 5 looked, and then have a little look at our players. So Cockrum, not a bad player. Needs to develop though. I mean, that's #1 pick. This draft is pretty awful. Hollis is a pretty good, okay all-round player. He's not going to be elite. Wow, Bo Vickers is definitely raw. Howard's, yeah, okay, this was just a terrible draft. Oh my god, this guy went 5th overall. Eesh. Wow, this was just a very, very bad draft. Okay, let's move down to our pick. Okay, so we've got a good defensive outside shooting guy. Rotation piece, possibly. Terrible at everything. Probably I'm not going to sign him for 4 years. And then we took Marcus Fields. His passing's awful. Defensive ability, yeah, okay. He's going to be cut immediately. I am not wasting money on him. Definitely that is not happening. So we will release him into the pool. And yeah, that's our draft. That was definitely a weak draft though. So let's have a little look. Oh wow, okay. That's interesting. I did not know that. So Porter is an unrestricted free agent. That's surprising because he shouldn't be, given that he was a rookie and this is not coming off his rookie deal. So we're going to have to pay if we want Porter. The Martin brothers are unrestricted free agents, but we can renounce their rights immediately because we are not going to worry about holding them back. Marcus Fields, yep, we'll renounce your rights. We just cut you. So we do have qualifying offers for the Bridges brothers. What is the qualifying offer we have to pay? Okay, so 2.4 million. I will definitely pay that for for both of those guys. And your qualifying offers, yep, that's fine. We will definitely do that for both the Bridges brothers. I would like to retain them. We're going to have to pay to try and retain Michael Porter Jr. Elfrid Payton, you can definitely be renounced because we'll use your salary elsewhere. There's no point. You've got no bird years. Oh, okay, we're going to have to really fight then to try and get Porter Jr. back. We do have 4 years of bird years, so we can offer an extended deal, I believe. But that is interesting now because I'm going to be interested in what his demands were because he wanted about 21 million before free agency. We could have signed him then. So we'll come back next time for free agency and see how we get on with trying to retain Porter Jr. and the Bridges brothers, and hopefully maybe add a couple of players to this roster and take us from a Eastern Conference Finals team to hopefully, fingers crossed, a contender.